Hi, welcome to Conversations About Singleness. I'm Godsgirlg G, and again, welcome. Hopefully, this video or series of videos that I'm planning to do will help deal with some of the frustrations that come about with being single. As I was searching the internet on different encouragement sites for singleness, searching YouTube particularly, I found that a very small number, very small number of videos that deal with being a Christian single. So I'm hoping that I can add to that level of information and hopefully encourage somebody somewhere, while at the same time trying also to keep myself encouraged. The concept of these videos again came about as I was searching YouTube and the internet for different encouragement pieces for Christian singles. I have been to numerous conferences, I have read books, you name it, I have been there and done that. And one of the things that I found out is that after a period of time, it seems like the enthusiasm that you have after reading a book, or as you're starting that book particularly, and after coming back from a singles conference, you lose that enthusiasm, and it's almost like you need that person there with you on a weekly basis. And so I'm hoping to provide some type of support. I'm no expert by all means or by any means, but I'm hoping that I can provide something to you that will hopefully encourage you. As I prayed about some things that we could possibly delve into during this series, there's a couple of topics that came to mind, and I'm going to read here from a list to make sure that I don't forget anything. Christian dating, that's the number one thing that came to my mind, particularly since I am an African American female. The perspective that I share on this is actually going to be, of course, from that perspective. So that's one of the things I want you to keep in mind as you're viewing these videos. I'm not an expert, but my perspective that I share is based off my experience, and again, my perspective as an African American Christian female. So under Christian dating, some of the things that we could possibly talk about is dating people who go to your church. We all know that that can come with some drama that we probably will need to discuss and talk about. Online dating, that seems to be the new rage these days, but there are some things that you need to keep your eye out on with things of that nature. Not everything is as the way it appears on online dating. How to know if he or she is for real when you're dating them, how to protect your heart, and of course some red flags. And as I get some feedback and comment from you, we can add, of course, to that list. Going on to the next topic of conversations, it will be loneliness, understanding loneliness triggers, things that you can do to combat loneliness. Going hand in hand with that, of course, we know depression. It comes and we have to deal with that. We have to find avenues by which to deal with that, both naturally, some things that we can do, spiritually, some things that we can do to combat that, and of course understanding what those triggers are, because many times, particularly for example around the holidays as singles, if we're not with somebody, depression can come on quite fast, and so we need to know what we can do to deal with that. And I think one of the biggest holidays that singles deal with depression is Valentine's Day. I know that's one of mine that I usually end up struggling with, that and my birthday. I'm telling you, those are the days that my heart is just melted, because I want to be with someone so bad, but just finding again the right person to be with and wanting to share your life with someone. And then finding your life. You know, there's more to being single than, of course, being on a mission to try to find somebody. First of all, you have to know and recognize your life for what it is. What gives you passion? When you wake up in the morning, it shouldn't be, you know, how do I find a man, or how do I find a woman, or how do I find that soulmate? It should be, what is my purpose here on this earth? If my soulmate never comes, if I wake up and I don't have someone to share my life with, what do I do with all of that God has given me? Because there is some things that we can do as singles to give back, to cause passion to come into our life. What is our hobby? Do you have a hobby? Are you mentoring someone? So we need to find other areas that we can fulfill our life. It shouldn't all be focused on just finding that mate, because many times when we are in the process of finding someone, or when we're in the process of, going about the business that we are sent here on this earth to do, our soulmate will end up coming into our life or coming into our pathway, that person that you're meant to be with. And finally, talking about money and taking care of business. And so we want to share some tips on how to balance a budget and how to come up with a budget and things of that nature. So hopefully some things that are going to be said on these next series of videos will hopefully encourage you and provide you some avenue where you can ask questions and get answers and hopefully solutions. So the information regarding how to contact me is in the info box, located either to the left of the screen or below the screen. I'm not exactly sure where it's going to be since it's my first video. So I am interested in your feedback and comment. And again, my goal is to provide weekly or at the least bi-weekly updates for you, so that you can have somewhere again to go to get some type of encouragement to say, you know what, it's okay and you're not alone being single. So remember that God loves you. I do too. And just stay encouraged. Until next time, God bless.